Here's the top stories for August 1st. At least 19 senators to abide by the Supreme Court ruling on Vice President Sara's impeachment, according to Estrada. Duterte's defense team to skip alibi and witnesses in ICC hearing. Philippines and India to boost security and economic ties in Marcos's state visit. PAGASA reports that up to 3 tropical cyclones may enter or form within the Philippine area of responsibility in August. Thailand and Cambodia reaffirm ceasefire talks. Senate President pro tempore Jinggoy Estrada said that around 19 to 20 senators are in favor of abiding by the Supreme Court's ruling on Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment complaint. Estrada also expressed his belief that the trial should no longer proceed after the High Court's ruling that declared the impeachment complaint unconstitutional. Senate President Francis Chiz Escudero announced on Tuesday, July 29th, that the chamber, during an all-member caucus, agreed to set a specific date to deliberate on the matter. The move, he said, is intended to give senators sufficient time to study the SC's 97-page decision, along with the concurring and separate opinions filed by 5 or 6 justices. The decision to defer action until the session resumes next week aims to ensure a thorough and informed review of the High Court's ruling before the Senate takes any definitive stance. He also warned of a constitutional crisis should the Senate defy the Supreme Court's decision. Former President Rodrigo Duterte's legal team will not present any alibi or call witnesses in the upcoming confirmation of charges hearing before the International Criminal Court. In a public redacted filing dated July 24, 2025, Defense Counsel Nicholas Kaufman informed the ICC's pretrial Chamber 1 that the defense would not invoke any ground for excluding Duterte's criminal responsibility under Article 31 of the Rome Statute. The September 23rd hearing will determine whether the case against Duterte, arrested in March, will proceed to trial over alleged crimes against humanity linked to his administration's deadly war on drugs. Kaufman also said the defense would not call any witnesses, explaining that the credibility of witnesses carries little weight at this stage of the proceedings. The filing also noted that disclosing witnesses prematurely would allow the prosecution to adjust its strategy. The Duterte camp will, however, present documentary evidence as part of its response to the prosecution's case. It also reported having no physical evidence, such as books, photographs, or other materials, that must be turned over to the prosecution. President Marcos will push for deeper defense and economic cooperation with India, including new agreements on science, law, and technology, during his 5-day state visit to New Delhi and Bangalore next week, the Department of Foreign Affairs said. In a pre-departure briefing in Malacanang, DFA Office of Asian and Pacific Affairs Assistant Secretary Evangeline Ong Jimenez Ducroc said the visit, which runs from August 4th to 8th, will include discussions on trade, maritime cooperation, and regional security as the Philippines and India mark 75 years of diplomatic relations. According to Jimenez Ducroc, President Marcos will have a very high-level schedule in India. He will be accompanied by Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro, Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro Jr., Trade Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco, Special Assistant to the President for Investment and Economic Affairs, Frederick Go, and other cabinet officials. He is set to meet about 200 members of the Filipino community immediately following his arrival in New Delhi in the afternoon of August. According to DFA records, about 1,356 Filipinos are registered in India, many of whom are professionals or spouses of Indian nationals. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration on Friday, August 1st, said that 2 or 3 tropical cyclones may enter or form within the Philippine area of responsibility this month. Based on historical patterns, tropical cyclones in August typically follow one of 4 tracks. Some recurve toward the northern or northwestern parts of PAR without making landfall, moving toward Japan or Taiwan, and may enhance the southwest monsoon. Others may make landfall in the extreme northern Philippines or cross the northern and central parts of Luzon before heading toward Vietnam or Hong Kong. As of 10 a.m., PAGASA is monitoring a low-pressure area located 1,225 kilometers east-northeast of extreme northern Luzon. The weather system has a high chance of developing into a tropical depression within 24 hours. If it enters the PRR as a tropical depression, it will be given the local name Fabian. Thailand and Cambodia reaffirmed their shaky ceasefire on Wednesday after China helped mediate a peace process to end days of border fighting. The ceasefire reached in Malaysia was supposed to take effect at midnight on Monday, but was quickly tested. Thailand's army accused Cambodia of launching attacks in multiple areas early Tuesday, while Cambodia said there was no firing in any location. The Thai army then reported exchanges of gunfire into Wednesday morning, but said there was no use of heavy artillery. A Thai military statement issued later in the day listed 7 alleged hostile actions and truce violations by Cambodia. The statement condemned these reckless and irresponsible actions by Cambodian forces and reaffirms Thailand's adherence to peace, restraint, and humanitarian principles. Later on Wednesday, the Cambodian and Thai ambassadors to the United Nations traded accusation about the border dispute during a high-level meeting at the General Assembly in New York to discuss a two-state solution to the nearly 80-year Israel-Palestinian conflict. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.